Today will be fun. Had a bit of a bad session this morning. No joy, but hopefully now that we are streaming, everything is going to go fantastic. Still managing to hold really good chip EV on the 25s. A bit surprised at that, but it's a really low sample size. It's like 400 games on there or something. You need really thousands to really get a good sample size, but still, we're doing well overall. Definitely seeing the reg trend continue. But yeah, with high rake back, if we can keep this chip EV, then it'll be printing money. But we'll have to see how the trend continues, and hopefully we will be able to stick at this level. So that would be really, really good. Let's see what we get today. We'll roll on the music, try and give you guys any tips and tricks for playing spins. Alright. Don't recognise any of these names, so that's a good start. Let's hope that that continues. Raise the value with the King Queen. It's going to hit this board a lot. Does manage to fold. It's good enough for us with King High. Our video editor in the back office has added lots of nice animations going forward. Try and make these highlights a lot more entertaining for you guys. This is one I'm going to probably barrel off a decent amount. Fours, pretty easy to get in. Hey, Ms. A, welcome. This is basically Blast. What's Blast? As in Spin and Go? I think we just bet for value now. Make our lives a bit easy. No, he raises. Checked back Queen. Players are not generally just gonna bluff raise here, but we're still gonna have to make him continue. It's basically only a checked back Queen, checked back flushes. Small bet. I think to this size we can't really do anything but call, but it does look super strange, and I don't expect to be bluffing too often, but I mean, we just don't know what these random players are doing. And prediction of the checked back Queen was in there, but sometimes you are just going to see some random speed bluffs, but not that often, I would assume. Raising for value here against a button limp range. He just shoves. If he has any ace-x here, we're doing really, really well, but just got no idea what this person's doing. Oh, this is just fun. Could be a call, that one. With a big blind, it's a bit tougher. In 8 they have Blast, which you put in an amount and it gives a prize pool within 2x. Yeah, exactly. Every site do it now, but basically PokerStars were the first site to do it. It was it's their game. I believe so, at least. But that's where I used to grind on them years and years ago. They were one of the first sites, and then the popularity just spread across every poker site, basically. It's got to be one of the most successful new formats that have come out for online poker. They've tried a few other things as well, but they're not really taking off as much as this one did. Do you play them yourself, or? Let's get this on. Ah, that's no good. Where is it because of your location? Like where are you situated? But you play spins or? That's no good. I think. 9-2 would be a bit ambitious to just be blasting this off, because like when they can easily have a queen here as well, and it's going to be very difficult, obviously, for them to fold. I think I'm going to try. Not the greatest board, but we'll try one. I kind of should be barreling this turn, but he's got all the flush draws, all the hard draws. Is he going to fold like 7-8? Probably not. I think he would probably raise the flop with a Jack X, so it could be a heads, but I think I'm just going to get too many calls. That's a good board, that's a good king. Netherlands. Oh yeah, they just changed the regulation. I have a lot of friends like work in the betting gaming companies, and yeah, that was like such a surprise. They all just got hit with Netherlands. Must be so weird, like such a surprise that happened. In high stakes or higher stakes, like this is definitely a fold. I'm not sure what they're doing. I don't see too many shots from small blinds. It's really player dependent, so I'm just gonna let this one go. He has been fairly active, that player, but I'm not really going to say anything at this point. Got a habitual button limper here, which is always nice to see. Generally, if someone is coming in your games and limping the button, you can pretty much count them as a recreational player. So probably want to start loosening button raises on them, because they're probably a bit more passive than aggressive, even though we're just eating them 3-bet shove there. Where are you from, Vixen? We have Netherlands. We're in Malta. What else do we have? Go for this one. C-betting against worst 4x. It's a pretty easy fold. We should really only be calling with like a 6x here or better. Just not going to see enough worse hands. Calling with the 3s and absolutely cooled. From Jamaica, wow. I've not been there. I think this guy has been so aggressive. Been to Dominican Republic, that's about as close as I've been to Jamaica. Would you recommend going? I've been to Holland, been to the Amsterdam, of course. Oh, nice, we spiked the 6 there, that's always useful. Close enough, yeah. I'll have to call with this. Not going to limp here with the 8-2 against this guy. He's shown quite a bit of aggression so far. No joy with a queen 6. I really like Damp to Down. Been a couple of times. Really unique place. Really enjoy the Dominican as well. Not sure how similar Dominican is to Jamaica, but that was pretty awesome as well. Check, 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 pot. I mean, I'm only bluff catching. He probably bets the king as bluff, so I'm just like against some random delay bluff, but most people bluff earlier in a hand when they have cards to do so. I think I make my life easy here. Just bet. This guy's been pretty aggro. I think I'm gonna limp call. I could shove as well. Definitely gonna barrel this against his 3x, 5x random diamonds. I'm not going to get called by a 5 with no diamond. I'm going to get called by a 3 with no diamond. So I think I'm just going to check this one and pray almost that he checks back. If he bets, I'm going to have to... I say that, but now he's just like potted. Like he didn't even have to think too hard. I mean, what's he really bluffing? Was he calling with like 6-4 and then just betting? I have one of the 6s, but I have the one that I just let this one go. Another sucky spot. Lorden just bets flop, checks turn. I mean, wouldn't he just continue with a king? I think I have to call this one off. Yeah, just his line just didn't make any sense. What's the best thing about Jamaica, Vixen? What's the big selling point? Besides the tropical vibes, of course. That's always a good selling point. Yeah, he's super aggressive, this guy. We will be going for check raise. Yeah, and as you can see, he's just folding. Alright. Not bad. Pair and a gut shot. Do we want to value bet the 10-8? We could make a super small bet for protection. Bob Marley, well that's the winner, isn't it? There was no more that needs to be said. I'd actually stick it now on the stream if they allowed that music, but they don't allow it, unfortunately. 3x, I'm just going to be getting this in. I don't generally like getting so many big blinds deep, all in pre against unknowns. Feel like I have quite a good edge, but against the 3x, there's so many BB in the middle, and like you see, they do have some folds. So, oh, you're sick of it then? Try an ISO with the queen 4 off, doesn't play so well. This is actually a pretty bad board. I think I'm going to check back on this one. It's a good turn for us. Lord, and no need to be limping. We can hit an 8 or a 4, so we have a double gutter now. So we're going to have to call. 8s are in. My only option is raise. I'm not sure it's a viable one, so I mean we do have 9s that maybe check back the flop. I'm just gonna give this guy a chance to do something stupid. No, I'm gonna go for it. Do you play poker, Vixen? wonderful turn. I'm not sure he's going to be blasting off too hard on this one though. I don't think for this sizing he's betting too many rivers, so I think we're just going to raise for value. That's a good river. I mean, he could just be small betting 8-9, but not really much for us to do here. We unblock the jack. Ah, nice. Well, hopefully we can get you some useful information. You got any questions about poker? Anything on your mind? I just feel like this guy's just gonna raise almost every limp here. I really kind of want to shove this one. I actually think I'm going to. He's just so bluff heavy. Ace high. I wish we had a 10 or an 8. I think he'll call 1. Oh, he does call. That sucks. Checks now. Hopefully he's given up. Alright, he had king 2. Oh, that sucks. But I think... yeah, I mean, it could be a bit wide, but against that guy, as you saw, it's literally... I mean, I don't think we were in a pot where he didn't bet or raise. So... alright, easy with the kings here. Let's go. Ace-X is not really what we want to see, but we'll take it. Alright. Let's go. So, just ISOing against unknowns, basically, these kind of hands. 1BB, kind of horrible, but we're gonna call. That's our turn. Now you start betting. I mean, what's this nonsense all about? We're going to get to the turn here with a bunch of draws and jacks and ace-X as well, so I think this is just one we can let go. Like, tried our luck, it didn't really work out. If he's bluffing like some straight draw or whatever, then that's fine. Calling this against this guy. A bit too wide, I guess we could three bet. Guy raises, checks back an ace-X board. Usually they're going to have something. I don't think we need to do anything. We're not really getting many hands to fold at this point, and we're not just going to blast off. They're probably going to call, so that's a good river for us, beating a bunch of king highs now. It's going to say... thing is, he's going to bet, and we're going to be sucking into it now. I think exploit-wise, I'm going to go bigger here, hits him hard. Like I said, I mean, he's just... just feels like he's just trapping us and just getting it in, but I mean, whatever we hit, not really much we can do now. And there's the jacks. That's, I think we've seen it every stream. Guy raises pre-flop, checks ace-X board, always has showdown, or the nuts. He's just like never not bluffing, right? You can pretty much count that every time almost. We have a lot of good turns on rivers here. That's one of them. He's not going to like that. Yeah. Hopefully we'll get some 8x to call. I think if I put more of my stacking, he's going to find it difficult. So this one I'll just check. Alright, I don't really want to see many other cards. We're going to have horrible river decisions, so I might as well just reduce the equity on some of the hands. That's a good outcome for us there. What games do you play, Vixen? Cash games, tournaments, what's your favourite? I'm going to be shoving the a6, obviously. Perfect, we get a limp now. Wow, that's not so good with the call. Oh, and the river pops in. I think we're just going to raise for value. Against regs, I think we should be limping some of these. But against randoms, I think we can just raise for value. We'll be shoving this pre as well. This we probably have to call off. Alright, let's go. No chop. 3. Oh, that'll do. Alright, heads up for the 75. I'm going to try an ISO against this guy. He calls. That's a really, 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 really bad board. Calling the Queen 8. Quick action games. Me too. Me too. That's why spins my favourite format. You play many hands, lots of strategy and stuff in there, and you get the chance to win big money. Has everything that I would want from a game. Doesn't last a flipping eternity either. A6 suited. Do we want to be 3-betting this? That's the question. Do we want to 3-bet this one? I think we'll just call. We'll just call. See a flop. Play some low variance. 1BB is obviously a call. 8-3 I'm going to play against this unknown. I don't think he's going to be ISOing anywhere near enough. Commentator's curse, isn't it? Quick zoom. Yeah, I've never really played that many cash games, you know. I did actually. That's not true. I've played almost every format, but cash games not for a very, very, very long time. I just don't like the fact it's so static. I was having this conversation with Luke the other day. Well, this really blows, doesn't it? Raise pre-flop. It has to be an absolute stone cold 3-barrel bluff, so I think against unknowns, I don't think they're really capable of doing that too often. He has like all the value hands. This I'm going to raise. It's all the value hands. And it would have to just be some random 3-barrel bluff, which, like I said, I just don't think randoms or unknowns are capable of doing that often. Right, try some ISO blufferage here. And they both get through, look at that, that's wonderful. 7-2, has he been ISOing? He ISO'd 1. We'll give it a try. 5-5. I think we will. He hasn't ISO'd much either, but I think he's going to jam all his small pairs and ace-x. So, I think we'll delay on this one. I just saw the well played. Couldn't read it from my screen. Thank you very much. Thank you. Pots, so he's potting a king, a 9, a spade. All of those are not so good for us, so we'll have to reevaluate in the river. So basically all the spades miss. Just instant jams all in. He didn't even have to think about a bluff here. I think this is something we're just going to have to get away from, unfortunately. Yeah, getting some tough decisions, aren't we? 1BB, I want to check raise now. Stacked pot ratio, if you look at last week's highlight, stacked pot ratio, 2 point something here, very low, so I'm just going to check raise, get it in, and if he has it, he has it. King 10, get that in. Alright. He's that's not. Oh, that's a really lovely turn. King 9, pretty good flop for the King 9. He's going to have to be concerned. Although this stack depth, he might not be. We block kings. obviously calling with a king 9. Not really much reason to do anything else. He's 4 suited, we'll get this in. Wow, hit the 4. Oh, the 5 pops out. That's no good. He hits again, which is very strange. He shouldn't like this board too much. I think if I had king 10, 10, 9, I'd probably call. This one I'd probably just let go. 7s, wow. Wow, we do hit the 7. That is brutal for Paul. Very brutal for Paul. Seeing lots of names I don't know. This is good for us. Queen 9 is gonna have to be a call. Against the Queen 2. Quite a loose shove there. Let's see. Queen 2 was 7 BB in the Nash edge. Not sure if you're familiar of the Nash charts, Vixen, but super important for tournament poker. Let's see how much it was. 5, 6, 7, just over 7, so he shoved just under the threshold, which is not that advisable. I think there's higher EVs to be had. I'm just going to jam this one. Like we have some sort of spade, might call us with a 6 and a spade, 3 and a spade. Here's another one. 3x. Check a board which he can bet if he wants to bluff. Checks the ace. I mean, we're just not winning here, so. I think we just jam this one in. Alright, don't know this name. Going to be calling 10-2. Yeah, bet time. Lots of good turns on rivers for us to continue. Ace King. Let's go Moors. No. Should probably take a bit more time there. Gonna limp trap this one. There we go. King 2. It is a shove. I don't dislike his play. It is a shove. Makes me kind of think he might be a bit more reggy. The Queen 2 is a bit of a strange one. Jack 10 obviously a call. Let's just reg another just in case. Just in case. 9-3, be binning. Alright, let's go. Take some time. Don't know this guy. I'm just not even going to think. I'm just going to bet all of these boards versus unknowns. I think they just overfold. Need some help. That was not the help we needed. A5 just a bit too weak there. Nope. Jack 9's gonna have to be a call. Ooh, that's really not what we wanted to see. That's a good turn though. No. No joy. Not going super good so far. We c-bet this. We limped with the ace-2, c-bet, got called. I think we're just going to go for bluff catching rivers, but that does hit some of his Just have to hope we're against king high or worse 2x. No need to value bet, and we're against a jack. That is not what we want to see. Obviously shoving the 8s. Have suspicion this guy is a reg. Can 3-bet, can call. I think we're just going to 3-bet, call it off. Ace-9 going in. That's what we like, easy decisions. Okay, flop straight. No joy. Alright, not a bad board for the ace. 10 suited, that's a bad turn. We're never really doing anything there. I don't really want to be check raised with the ace 10 suited here. So I'm just going to call. He's going to call with some like queen 10, queen jack. Quick some club in there as well. 5-4 suited now gets there. Just over bets. 4-3 suited. I can't really call with clubs. 4.5. Just trying to think out the highest EV, and I think I'm just going to call. And obviously that was a perfect decision there with the flop. Yeah, that's exactly why I did it. Just in case he's got some random bluffs. I was just thinking if, yeah. I was wondering if he gets there with any hands. Any hands that would then fold post flop. Right, good. Let's go. Good flop. Let's try and get him in the same game. That would be good. Alright, we've got him in the next game. Guess we're used to a 4. Yep. Guy can bet ace-8 board, doesn't. Showdown. Showdown. This is not really a good board in the 1-2-5. I think I am going to go for a check. Calling turn bets now. Do I want to bet myself? Getting check raised is pretty disgusting. But I can also put pressure on an 8x and 5x. I think we can do that on some rivers anyway. Okay, take our showdown. Wondering whether to raise the 3-2, but I think I'm going to save that for like Queen X suited, Jack X suited. This is a good river for us, obviously. I think we're going to have to get him to bluff. Like, he should still value bet his King X here now. So I guess we just weren't getting anything. Yeah, he had jack high. I mean, he needs to start turning these into bluffs. He's got enough of a limp range, this guy, for us to just be blasting in all of our shoves. Snap check. Well, that's the board we want to see with the jack deuce off. He's considering something. Yeah. Don't like his size. 2.5x the stack depth. It's generally what you want to be doing. Obviously calling. Don't like his raise really with that hand. It's pretty speculative with a 6 kicker. Factable note. See if we can get in this. Alright, so let's delay a little bit. I think that guy's a reg, we don't really want to play him. If you haven't seen the previous highlights, guys, make sure to watch them. Some good tips and tricks in there. Yesterday, me and Luke covered the World Championship of Online Poker main event that occurred earlier this year. So if you haven't seen that, that's on YouTube. Got down to 3-handed. Really good game, good quality players in there. I'm just going to start barreling this off now. Raise would be pretty horrible, but I guess we're always behind if that happens. Wow, he calls. I think he's just always calling us here. Like, worst he has is maybe an 8. You know? I blocked some of the cards I wanted to have as well, so I just don't think we should go for that one. Cat FC I recognize. Checks. Yeah, that's not a good river. I'm not going to be continuing that. Lacey betting against this guy on the left. I do recognise the name and I can't remember. I don't know, I don't really have any stats on him, so I think the Lacey bet is going to be okay here. Alright, heads up in the 1-2-5 against the guy that doesn't seem to be so great. Could do with taking this one. Calls, that's not so good. But it is a favourable board. He just shoves. Pretty strange to just shove there. It's a very good turn for us here. Definitely needs putting the pressure on with Queen Jack off. Get that through, that's nice. I'll just check it back, Moors, come on. Yep, we will take that. Stack depth. Too suited. Great turn. I don't expect too many barrels, but I guess bad players can. Basically, either has the 3-barrel have value now, and I think there's less chance of 3 barrels, so I'm just gonna get it in. Do we want to bet this? I think we do. Against regs, I would limit the ace 10, but it's fish. I'm just gonna. Okay, so he raises. He's gonna have like some 5, 3, 6, 3, 5, 6 here. Worse flush draws. So I'm just gonna call. That's really obviously a great card for us. Just gonna size up a little bit there with the ace X. Just hoping he has a king now. That's a pretty crappy river for us actually, on both tables. I think we just have to jam now. He might not value bet some worse flushes. Yeah, it was bad river. We could bet river small, but I mean stacked pot ratio, we just have so many little BB. Alright, let's try and polish this one wars off for the 125. That will stick us in a bit of profit. Ace 8 suited, that is going in. Ooh, not the hand we want to see. 3's going in, obviously. Good turn. No joy. Still alive though. Oh, come on. Not making it easy for us. X4 obviously going in. Really helps as well to set up the shortcut keys on your mouse in stars. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. I have right click on my mouse as fold and check. That's a very useful one. The middle roll wheel click all in. Those two would be my top tip mouse shortcuts. I also have maybe he is a bit of a reg. Come on now. Let's go. 125 in the profit. Profits. Five. As usual, just trying to play everything against people I don't recognize. Get punished. 10's obviously going in. Nice spot. Good double up there. Alright, we're live, that's good. Alright, heads up now. some reason I recognise the name, but I don't have any notes, obviously. I think we'll start off with a check on this one. I don't want to be raised on this board. Obviously jamming the fives. Take a c-bet here, remove all of his equity. Wow. Is this one going to be a barrel off? I think we will. It's not going to have too many king X at this short stack depth. He should be jamming a bunch of these pre. If I recognise the name, and he is a reg, fish will have a lot more king X there. They won't know what to shove. Try one here with a 7-3. Get called. I think we're going to exploit just limps there. By exploit I mean exploitative against what I presume to be a fishy player. You don't need to balance any ranges or do any of that. Completely forget GTO against bad players. You just need to go high exploit. Board hits a lot. I really don't like the fact that I'm blocking the jack as well. Reduces his bluffing range. Still obviously going to have 8-9, 8-7, 9-8. Well, I mean, they all come in now. Insta-bets, doesn't even have to think. Usually not going to see too many bluffs with insta-betting. Off pot, off pot, off pot. Happy tunes are on. Well, not folding there. Jack 6 suited, might have to be a call here. 7, and we have 6. That's not the best, but we are too short to be doing anything else. Oh, that is not fun. 275s, brick both. That's not what we want. And now 2 2x's. They all count. That is something to remember. They all count. John Corder, I recognize the name. Getting raised so much there in our C bets. I think he will value bet. Expect him to have bet by now with any kind of pair. Three bet null in here. Check raise the king 2 suited. This is not so great. We block some of the backdoor clubs. We obviously don't block the spades. I think we're just going to go big here. He's either going to call with a pair or try and get it in. I need to bet against his diamonds and his pairs, so Just have to hope he has a 9 now. Alright, we're still in a tiny bit of profit, I think. Pasha, recognise the name for sure. Open-ended flop. Tightening up range against John Kara. I think we'll put him for river decisions. Snap calls. We don't get there. I expect him to just be calling. He's a reg. This card hits absolutely nothing. So Baskov killing us again there. Not really much to be done. Ace King, obviously happy to get in. He hits again against us, full house, crushing us. Nothing for us to do there. Just the way it goes sometimes. You just find that against some players, there is absolutely nothing you can do. They've got you dead all day long, and that's just the way it goes. In my early days, I would hold on to that a bit tightly, but you just realise it's all just part of the game. And it's definitely not the person that's dealing, that's for sure. King 3, we're going to barrel some good cards off here. That's one of them. I think non-diamond ones we probably barrel here. Queen 8. Not too sure on the Queen 8. More sure now though. Just see betting everything against unknowns. King 6, King 4, I'd probably barrel here, but not this one. Sucks, but we kind of have to call. And we're crushed again, unfortunately. But we hit there with the turn. Pretty nice for us there. I'm gonna check call with the King High. Value betting the Queen 7. This sucks, but I think we have to call there. You shouldn't bluff this river too often. Checks, then bets. I think we value bet the 7 here. It's a bit strange. I think we just give it to him. Could conceivably have been good there. It would have been a pretty light call. Alright, ace 10 versus ace 5. We'll wait for a bit before registering. Try and avoid Pasha. Not that I'm scared of him at all. More, it just absolutely kills the EV if you've got other regs in the game. And we didn't manage to avoid him, so it wasn't so useful. But Edward I don't recognise. Value betting against 6 and a 7. Could be in check call mode now. That hits the 8-5. So 8-5 and 6x get there. We're still not going to be folding. I need to value bet against a 7. He's probably going to bet most rivers with value, so I think I can size up a bit here and try and get paid. Most people are just not check raising river enough there with their value. Ace 8's going to be in. Alright. Oh yes, that's the turn. Do I have notes in him? Raise 2.5. Good board. Just gonna call. We have to call this off. We're not actually loving it, but raise 3x blind by 9-8 off. Getting hammered. Hopefully this guy's just got a 5 now. I'm not sure where we can get any value. It'd be pretty cheeky to put in like a 1BB bet. I think we are going to and see if we can manage. No, we value downed ourselves. Calling here. This flop's really good. He could be checking with 10x here, and I think to the size we're going to have to call. It's a good river. I think we're going to bet fold. Just going to call here and donk. Yeah, see? Guy raises pre-flop, checks an ace-x board. You're going to see it every single time. I mean, there is potential. We're basically just playing against the random 10x that checks backs, and he is going to have some of these, but he's just nutted in that case. I think this one we might shove against him. He's basically not folding anything, right? It would be a bit light. All right, we shall check. This one's going in that. Pin 2. Okay, he's thinking. That was a very long tank. He's not gonna have too many 2-pair here. He can still have some straights that are slow playing. Wow, run into it there again. Like, he doesn't have much on that board. We're gonna be able to put a lot of pressure on all the small pairs. We do risk losing some equity when he does raise, but I mean, we're pretty much always screwed at that point. They always have 2-pair or better. They're never really check raising draws, so I think you can just exploit fold, no problem. this one in. Well, we're back where we started, even Stevens. Oh, we get with the aces this time. Cooler central. Playing for value with the king jack. Lots of draws in this board. 10-7. I think it's going to be a fold here. 5.5, we have 5.2. Conceivably could be a call. This one I'm definitely calling. No joy. He's got a nice sit out there for the win. That's always nice. Ace king going in. I think we'll make these two the last two leads. Problem is, without a club, this is pretty horrible. And I don't think players are just going to give up, so it's a bit tight, but I think without the club I'm just going to fold that one. But no idea what he's doing. I don't expect him to have too many sevens, I mean. This we're obviously calling. So we pick up a gut shot now. It does hit his like 7-6, 7-3, 8-6. Can't really raise. He still has some 3x. I'm gonna have to call. I think we will. He has two pairs. Be a bunch of two pair. I'm not sure if the 3x really bluffs, so I'm just gonna value that. He has a straight. Wow. Wow, just getting destroyed. Getting destroyed today. Not losing too much though, that's the key thing. King Jack's obviously calling. Not a bad board for us. We are going to have to call here against a small blind. Donk. Hopefully the button does not decide to raise. Yeah, they only have it when they do this. I mean, they're not going to have any draws. Against two players. What do we want to do here? Let's try and get some final wins in. Unless I know anything, you're pretty much just always going to see nuts here. This hand is too good to this stack depth. Alright, good flop. No, whiffing again. Nothing to be done. Let's see. I think we're going to raise call that one off. Come on, Temchik. Get this good boy, small pocket pairs in. I don't really want to bet and get raised. I'm just going to call, check back even. Alright, nice. Now we're going to start raising. We unblock every pair. Very happy to see the bet. Means we're definitely getting minimum 5 BB. Wow, that was quite speculative. Seems like a bit of a donk player. As we've seen, you know, limping on the button, it's usually a telltale sign. Do I want to raise not all in or all in? That's the question. I think we're going to raise not all in. Bank for value, into draws. Get a caller. It's a good river. I think I'm just going to check call like we were drawing. Yeah, there we go. Leads, checks. I don't think we need to start bluffing. Ah, that's a really disgusting river. Would have been a bit too much to be turning 9x or whatever into a bluff. This one, I should just be shoving. I don't really like to do it, but yeah, ran into it. Running into it pretty often here, not so fun. Instant pots. I'm just going to let this go. It's not that many draws, just diamonds and 10, 9, jack 9, and he bets so quickly, like he didn't even have to think. We've been raising quite a lot, so I think we can continue to do so. It's really good now we get a hand. Damn. I think we'll just get this one in. And now he calls, and we're cooled again, but we do manage to hit the 8. Lucky us this time, but definitely running into it. King, queen. That's a good flop. Alright, we get one of them done and dusted. Final game. See if we can manage getting some profits here. Quite a tough session. This is going to be going in. Calling this. Pretty easy call. Alright, nice. Hit the 7. Reducing the outs. Heads up now in the 75. This will take us into some money. We'll take a jam. I think I recognize this name. You want to get it in. There we go. That will do nicely. Pretend like we have some sort of decision here. Alright, let's go. So, how many BB was this? 17. Ooh, hits the 6 on us. That was a good turn. No joy. Looking good for the win still. King, queen, let's go. Alright, we get the final game in. Always nice to get the final one in. Bank a little bit of profits. It was not such an easy session today. Lots of decisions. We still managed to bank a profit somehow. Don't know how we did it. Yeah, pretty nice. Hope you guys got some tips from that session. Hope you learned something. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Tomorrow, heads up in the office, me and Matt, 3 PM CT. If you haven't seen the highlights of the previous episodes, they're all on YouTube, just search Poker Deals, head over there, subscribe. I'm sure you'll enjoy those. We're also adding animations to our highlights as well to make them a bit more engaging and enjoyable, so hopefully you find that that's the case. Yeah, it should be fun. Tomorrow the game could be over. I'm 10 ahead. I just have to get one more and then it should be over, and Matt will have to forfeit and hold his head in shame. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit follow on Twitch, and I shall see you all soon. Take care, everyone.